Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Grommet Live, a very, very special, fun edition. They're all fun. You know that. I don't have to tell you that. But I always especially love Grommet Live when I get to have a guest. And you guys know how I love my beauty products. I think it was last week that I did a whole new favorite beauty brand. I got to give another shout out to Cella. Loving my new eyebrow pencil and all my eyeshadows and all of that. If you missed that episode, definitely go back and take a look at that. It was a good one. But I am lucky enough tonight to have the inventor of the coolest nail product. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do your nails, I'm just telling you, this invention is going to make it so easy for you to do your nails flawlessly every single time, flawlessly and fast. And because you can do them so flawlessly and fast, you don't have to go to the nail salon anymore to have them done to perfection. So this invention is going to take care of all of that. And it does it in such a cool and clever way. And my guest is a fellow female inventor. You guys know how I feel about female inventors. I'm already seeing a bunch of you inside the chat. Welcome, Leslie Miller. Oh, I missed so many. Welcome. There's another female inventor. We have Linda Stanfield in the chat. We have Alex Griffin. We've got one of our inventors, Jay Michelson. Howdy from Texas. What part of Texas, Jay? Because I did see that. I think you said North Texas, but I'm curious what part. So let me know on that. I'm in love with Jay's product. Can't wait to show you that. In fact, I think we're going to start, Jay, with your product. I'm really, really excited about that. I need to forewarn all of you guys here tonight that there may be a few hiccups tonight. Just giving you forewarning because I am without my right arm, my right hand, my moderator extraordinaire, Jen, is actually on her way to Texas, Jay. She's on her way to go see her daughter who is attending UT Austin. So we are giving her the night off. How about that? I'm guessing she's watching from the airport. So everybody say hi to Jen inside the chat. We've got Monica here from Minnesota. Jay is Fort Worth. All right. My very dear friend lives in Fort Worth. In fact, she's my best friend from college. Meredith May, in case Meredith is watching. Anyway, you guys, welcome. I didn't even introduce myself. I am Marcy McKenna. I am your host of Grommet Live every single week. Same time, same place. We are here 4 o'clock on the West Coast and 7 o'clock on the East Coast, and we are simulcasting across so many social media channels. So wherever you are tuning in from, whether it is Facebook on a couple different accounts actually, or YouTube or Instagram or X, wherever it is, welcome. I do want to mention that depending on where you're tuning in from, that's the chat that you are seeing. And when Jen is here with me, Jen, we get to see it all. Luckily, there's some place where we can see it all. But unfortunately, you're only seeing what's on the platform that you're on. And so what I always like to start the show off is just recommending, if you're not already watching it on Grommet's Facebook, that's kind of where I would recommend you guys hop over to, because that's really where a lot of the action starts to happen. So that's where the kind of energy is. Big chat happens over there. So hop over there if you're not already there. But of course, you can enjoy it from anywhere. I'm just glad that you're here. But speaking of the chat, I also like to always start the show off by explaining how incredibly important the chat is, especially for the makers who are here with us tonight, of which I believe we have all of them here, or at least coming here at some point tonight. And so this is super important to them, because when that chat gets going, and you guys, you're already doing awesome. I'm seeing a lot going on. You guys are talking amongst yourself, completely ignoring me, which is great. I'm great with that. But I love it, because when that chat gets going, all the social media platforms pay attention to that. And what do? They drive more viewers over to our show. And when more viewers are here, they get to see these products that we are trying to get out there to the masses. I mean, that's what's so cool about Grommet, is we take these really hidden gem, clever products, and we tell the story and we amplify who they are and what they're doing and why we chose them to be on Grommet. So tonight is a great opportunity to do that. So I'm leaning on you guys in the chat to help get that going. And on that note, I also want to talk about the giveaway real quick, because just like every week on Grommet Live, we are going to do 2 giveaways. We're going to do one about halfway through the show. Oh, Jen is helping me from the airport. I think she just put the giveaway. Well, Is she helping me? I think she is. There it is. So you are just going to use that QR code to enter our giveaway tonight. And there are no strings attached. You don't have to buy anything. All you have to do is be here, and you are already here. So half the battle is won. Now you just have to win the giveaway. And so we're going to do one about halfway through the show after the third product. And then we're going to do one at the very end of the show. So if you don't win halfway through, you can still do it at the end. And both of them are awesome giveaways. So you guys are going to love that. So definitely use the QR code to enter if you can. And because you guys are here live, I like to give you a little extra boost by giving you a second chance, actually. And thank goodness Jen is here from the airport, because she's the one monitoring that. She's paying attention. So if you put these 3 words in the chat, you're going to double your chances to win these 2 giveaways. So who wouldn't want to do that? Guess what my 3 words are? We're going to do Fly Safe Jen. Fly Safe Jen. Put Fly Safe Jen in the chat and you will double your chances to win. People are already saying hello to Jen. They were missing you already, Jen. No one misses you more than I do, though. I'll tell you that much. Oh, there she is. Double your chances to win. Fly Safe Jen. Okay. All right, you guys. With that, we have so many fun products. I just want to dive right in. And as I mentioned, I'm so happy Jay Michelson is already here with us, because we are going to start off with his product. And Jay, let me move this. Hold on one second. Let me just say, I left 1 pair of these amazing gloves at home. They are the pair that I'm using for Coco. Coco is my dog. For those who don't know, Coco is my black lab. And let me tell you, nobody sheds more than Coco. You guys have heard me say that before. If you've been here before, definitely. But I will tell you, on Grommet, one of the cool things about Grommet, there are so many awesome pet products on Grommet. If you have a furry friend, whether it's a horse or a dog or a hamster, whatever it is, there is a product for you on Grommet. I'm so impressed with what they've done with the pet category. But so when I found out yet another pet product was going to be showing up at my doorstep, I'm always curious because I love pets and I'm always looking for solutions for Coco in particular. A little biased there. But I will tell you, I've seen so many of them. I'm thinking, how different can they really be? First of all, I got a little scared when I first opened the box because I had a bunch of these black hands staring at me. And boy, Jay, thank you. Jay sent me so many of these guys. I got so many different sizes and colors and all of that. But it did at first, I thought, what am I going to do with this? It looks a little scary. Look at the nubs on there. So I just wasn't quite sure what Coco was going to think about this. What is it? Well, it's called Hands-On Gloves. Love the name, Jay. Awesome, awesome name. But this is the first 5-finger grooming glove. And I love that he says first. I will tell you, as with many of you, I'm seeing a lot of inventors inside the chat. You guys, I'm so happy you're here. You guys know when you have a hit product, what happens? Someone tell me inside the chat. I think Leslie can tell me what happens inside the chat when you have a hit product. So I'm going to wait a second for Leslie to chime in because she knows exactly what happens. And it happened to Jay to the nth degree. And what happens is you get knocked off. And boy, has Jay been knocked off. And that only happens to the best of the best, because clearly this is such a clever invention and it works. I can vouch this works so good. What this is, yes, it is a 5-finger grooming glove, but it is for bathing. It is for grooming, just kind of, well, it's interesting. It's grooming. When I think of grooming, I think when it comes to Coco of de-shedding. So it's for grooming and de-shedding and bathing. So it's kind of a 3-in-1. But I almost hesitate to say de-shedding and grooming, because what's so cool about these is that when you use them on your dog, they have no idea that you're using them to de-shed them or to groom them. They think they are getting the massage of a lifetime. And it feels so good. And they are so happy. And it is not just 1 glove, it is 2 gloves. I'm going to scoot over here. I'm seeing that I'm a little out of frame. There we go. So it's 2 gloves. They fit like a glove. They're so well made. It's incredible. Like the material is just really top notch, very stretchy. And so it kind of really hugs your hand once it's on. It's not, loose like so many gloves can be. especially grooming type of gloves. But so when you put it on, it's a nice snug fit. It's got this nice Velcro that just attaches on the back right there. And then this, actually, I wasn't sure whether this was going to feel like heaven to Coco or not because she's 15. So she's getting older. And so certain things hurt her more than they used to. But boy, I put them on. She did do this. I will be honest at first because I don't know who I did that. So why wouldn't Coco do that? So she did when she saw it, did that. But then I just went up to her very slowly and softly started massaging her. And I just saw, you know how you can tell when a dog is smiling, how their face just changes when they're smiling? She was smiling. And that made me so happy. Coco has black fur, so it's a little harder to see Coco's fur on them. But I'd been rubbing her all over. So curious to see, and get a fur blanket to sell on Grommet with the amount of fur that I got from these. But what I love is it's not hurting her. It's not one of those metal bristle brushes that is kind of tearing the hair from the follicle and hurting her. It's just taking the hair that's already ready to come off. And then I actually gave her a bath yesterday because I was so curious about how they work. I mean, I thought genius, it protects my hands. I know she already likes the way it feels. And so I put shampoo right on here, kind of rubbed it together and gave her, I would have to believe it was her favorite bath she's ever had. She loved it. She wasn't running from me. She was just sitting there letting me massage her. Let me show you Jay in action using, this is great because not only are you going to see Jay using it on a dog, and you'll see this dog is basically exactly as I described Coco. He's so happy. He doesn't know he's being groomed. He's thinking he's bonding with his owner and he is getting the massage of his life and he's loving every second. And then you'll also see him using the gloves on a horse. So these are not at all just for dogs. These are for all kinds of animals, whether it's a horse or a dog or a goat or who knows, livestock, whatever it is. So let's take a look at the video. Look at him or her, I'm not sure, but how happy, how good does that feel? And then look at all that fur. And I love you just kind of flick your wrist and off it goes. And there's that horse. Wait till you see all this. Look at that. Unbelievable. And yes, someone's saying, oh, Jacqueline is saying, love when dogs smile, me too, me too. And that it's so cool that you can use it for bath time too. I know, so it's waterproof. It's brilliant that you can use it for so many different things. I just want to show you one more image of that, look with the white fur there. But then this, again, I think is a horse on the right there. Now, the gloves do come in lots of different sizes. This one is perfect for me. I think this one is the small. Let me just double check that. Do I not see a size on here? I'm pretty sure it's a small, but let me show you the sizing guide. So it goes all the way from junior, which I do have junior here somewhere. Here's the little guys right here. And goes all the way up to extra large. So if you're curious about your size, and you guys, these are so durable that this is let me tell you, just a one-time purchase because you can't believe how thick the material is, how just incredible. This is just going nowhere. And so I'm going to go back for a second to the knockoff thing because there are so many knockoffs of these. You have probably heard of them before, but so many of them on Amazon, and they're from the Chinese. The Chinese, as Jay so perfectly said on Grommet, they don't care about your animals. They found a hit product and they want to make money off. They want to exploit that hit product for themselves. And so they're making cheap knockoffs. And in fact, he had a glove that was a knockoff that was so sharp. These were so sharp that he could shred an apple with them. I mean, how sad is that to put that on an animal? So do not buy the knockoffs. One thing you will know for sure is when you are buying it on Grommet, you are getting the OG, the real deal. And I got to say, speaking of the OG, Jay has been with Grommet since the beginning, since the original Grommet, which was, gosh, I always forget what year that launched, back in 2009 or something like that. And since he's been on Grommet, he's the #1 pet product on Grommet. How great is that? And I have to go a step further in my world. Many of you guys know I have a product line on HSN and now HSN QVC, and he's on QVC as well. And it's the #1 pet product on QVC. So clearly this is a product that people are loving and animals are loving. And Jay, that's one of the things I love the most, is that these are just as much for the people as they are for the animals. Because when we wear these, in the past, Coco wants to run from me every time she sees a brush. She doesn't, and I feel so bad that I'm having to do this to her, and she sees it as a bad thing. With this guy, she sees it as a loving, bonding thing. So in that sense, it's for me, but it's also for me because it saves my hands and it saves the fur all over my house. So for me, it's the de-shedding is the biggest one, but having now used it for a bath, they're kind of neck and neck, I have to say. And when you're doing that de-shedding and giving that massage, what's so great is that it is taking the dirt and the dander and taking it off of the dog, but at the same time, you're improving their circulation, you're getting that blood flowing, and you're massaging, and as you're massaging, those natural oils are coming out, and they're being kind of distributed throughout the dog's fur. And so their coat becomes really, really shiny and healthier than probably it's ever been before, because it's getting that circulation and that massage, which is incredible. Let's see. Love that you are addressing the problem with copycat knockoffs. Jacqueline, I'm guessing you may have a similar problem. Would not surprise me one bit. And hands-on gloves, Cindy is saying, hi, Cindy, is a great price too. Thank you, Cindy. I think you did that for me because I was forgetting to talk about the price because I'm so excited about the darn gloves. And so the price, my gosh, for $20. So you're getting 20% off with every product that you upvote with that QR code. You're getting a 20% discount. So normally these are right around $25, $24.99, but with that Grommet discount, $20. And if you have a pet that sheds, that you love, that you have to bathe, this will be the best $20 you ever spent on your pet. The pet will agree and you will agree. So that is, you guys, grab that QR code if you have a pet. Grab that QR code if you have a friend or a loved one with a pet, because what a fabulous gift to give them. If they have never tried this, they are going to be so thankful to have it. And I do love all the colors. I'm going to show you. This is the purple. The red is, I'm a little partial to the red, I've got to say. And I think it might be because my daughter goes to UGA now. So we've got lots of red going on for those Georgia dogs. And then there is, of course, the traditional black. But I love their logo. And so it's, you know, those silicone kind of tab, Velcro strap. And again, look how, I mean, just really high quality, as you can see there. And then we've also got a blue, which is right here too. This is really sharp looking as well. Any questions, you guys, in the chat? I've just been talking and not even looking as closely as I needed to. So let me just go back through replying to Cindy. Yes, and some are dangerous. Let's see. So I'm guessing Cindy. He's a rescue. That's Mac. He's a rescue. Oh, so the dog that you guys saw in the video is Mac, and he hates to be groomed, but clearly not anymore, it looks like. So cool. Can you use them for bath time? Absolutely, as you guys just saw. Anyway, I did want to, somebody asked, I think it was Leslie, do cats like them? And I have to lean on you, Jay, because I have not tried it on a cat yet. But I would imagine it's just, you know, kind of maybe you're going a little lighter with a cat, but I would assume these are great for cats. So let us know in the chat, please, please. Oh, Jen is saying, have a great show tonight. She's about to take off, so she's signing off. Goodbye, Jen. We love you. Fly safe. And hook 'em horns. My son also went to UT. So I'm a Longhorn and I'm a Georgia dog, all rolled into one. Yes, Jay says yes. So it is great on cats as well. So whether you have a cat or a dog or a horse or any animal that has fur, the hands-on gloves are where it's at. And clearly, I mean, the reviews off the charts, and you don't become the #1 pet product on Grommet and on QVC for nothing. So kudos, congratulations, Jay. I mean, such a great product. I can't wait to I have so many of them. I'm going to give them as gifts to so many people that I know and that are just going to love them. In fact, Jen has a little, she's got a Frenchie, and she talks about how it's Toby, how Toby sheds all the time. Toby will love these. So I can't wait for her to try them as well. He says, we have a ton of cats that hate grooming, but love the gloves. It's just your hands giving a massage. Jay, that's so perfectly put. That's what I feel. It's like a whole different, it's a game changer. It's like reimagining the grooming process. It's no longer grooming, it's massaging. And all these benefits are happening while you're massaging, that their coat is getting shinier, the fur is coming off in droves. You're bonding with them. They can take a great bath with them and probably be cleaner than they've ever been before, because you're able to get your fingers so deep in that fur, depending on how thick the fur is of your animal. But when you're using your fingers and not a brush, it's so different and so much more. You have so much more leverage, and it's perfect. I love it. And I'm so happy that you are back on Grommet. I don't know how long you were gone for, but I am thrilled to have you back here, and just so excited for all that's to come for you with Grommet and beyond, because I know you guys are just scratching the surface. And yes, you've been doing it for a long time, but there's much more to come, no doubt, no doubt. Reduced hairballs. They don't rip and cut the hair out, which damages the coat defense. That's, those metal, they're almost like shavers in a way, but they're not. They're supposed to get the hair out. I just feel so bad for animals that have to undergo that. I've never used those on mine, but I just imagine that it's not fun for the dog. Well, they might do the job, but it's not fun for the dog. So there's nothing good about that. Okay, guys, now see, I'm so used to Jen doing this for me that I have to learn how to take the QR code off. Okay, I'm going to hide it. There we go. Okay, so I know that some of you have jumped on a little late. And so if that is you, I want to let you know that you're not too late to enter the giveaway. So if you have not already entered the giveaway, you can definitely do that right now. All you have to do is use that QR code right there, and no strings attached. It takes just a second to enter. And then if you enter inside the chat, and I do have my list going here of anyone who enters can double their chances of winning by saying Fly Safe Jen inside the chat. So if you haven't already done that, get in on that. This is your chance to do that still. And okay. See, so many of you guys are starting, some of you who are on here are starting to do live shopping. And a lot of times I get the question of, do you need a moderator to do live shopping? You don't. I'm doing it on my own now, and you can definitely do that, but it is sure a lot easier when I have Jen able to run all that element for me. So I'm very appreciative of Jen. Oh, now I know why I was not centered. There we go. So I always realize sometimes I take for granted all that she does during these shows. So I'm going to try to keep up myself, but go easy on me, because you just never know how that's going to go. Okay, we are going to move on to the next product. This product, I need to tell you, is very near and dear to my heart right now. I have featured this product before, and I was so thrilled. It's really funny how sometimes I end up finding out I'm featuring a product this week that is just so spot on for what I'm going through in my life, that I think, does Jen do that? Does she reach out to these brands that know, because she knows that I'm dealing with something having to do with that? But most of the time it's just a coincidence. And so this is one of those times, and I was so thrilled. So I'm just going to give context to this by saying that I moved my mom into an assisted she was in the hospital, then skilled nursing, and now we've found like a real home for her at this assisted living facility that's really seems quite wonderful. And it's only 6 women. And I was there with them last night. They had bingo going on, so I'm playing bingo with them. And then we did dinner after. And I will tell you, God love them. God love all of us as we are aging. But none of them could hear. I mean, and the bingo guy is G59, just yelling as loud as he can yell so that they can hear. One of them is 102, Jean. She's amazing. And so, it's a universal problem. There's nothing we can do about it. As we get old, we start to lose our hearing. I'm certain mine is starting to go already as well. My mom is convinced that she's not. She will not admit it. Never, never, never. I talked to her about it last night. I said, Mom, have these amazing hearing aids for you that you could just put them in and imagine this whole new up. Because hearing aids are not just about hearing. To me, they're about kind of getting your life back. I sit there and watching how much they're all missing. Like Jean, the 102-year-old, is so funny. She was saying the funniest things, but nobody else could hear it because their hearing is gone. And I just think what a gift hearing aids are for people that are losing their hearing, young or old. How difficult to go through life seeing everybody laughing and talking, but not knowing what they're talking about, really missing out on some meaningful moments and experiences. But what I've always been so sad about is I happen to know how expensive hearing aids are. I helped somebody else get hearing aids years ago, and this was years ago. And the grand total at the end of the day was $6,000. And it took so long, so many doctor's appointments, or a couple doctor's appointments, hearing tests, then getting them fitted, then making sure they're working right. It was this whole undertaking. I couldn't believe it. And so I did a little research before the show to find out how much are hearing aids on the average. And on the average, they are about $4,600 right now. Well, not anymore. There is a company, and maybe some of you know of it, and maybe some of you have experience with them, either for yourself or for a loved one. So please let me know in the chat if you do. And it's a company called Audion. And Audion was created by a gentleman named Ishan Patel, who I think is absolutely brilliant. And he had a dream of making high quality hearing aids affordable and accessible to the masses. What a dream. What a great, great mission. And in so doing, I mean, he's clearly making a killing. I think there's over 1 million people using them already. And so what they are is they're basically the first ever over-the-counter hearing aid, starting at a grand total of $189 a pair. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So here they are right here. They come in this great packaging, really, really nice box. I love it. And then when you open it up, you'll see there they are. Right here is where the accessories go. So really all there is a cord to charge them. Let me just show you. So you're just going to charge them right there. And you'll see there is 3 little lights right there that light up one by one as it charges. And then once they're charged, you're just opening it up. There they are right there. And putting them in the ear, and you're off to the races. And it's a whole new world. Really, really incredible. But the other thing I love about what his dream was with these hearing aids, was not only to make them accessible and affordable, but he also knew that one of the biggest challenges, and I will say that my mom is definitely in this camp, hearing aids are embarrassing for people. They don't want this big clunky thing on their ear saying, I'm old. Basically, that's kind of, I think, how people interpret them. So he challenged himself and his team to create the tiniest, smallest, most discreet hearing aid that he could. And here it is right here, this little guy. Let me show you because it's probably better to see it. Here's a really nice up close picture of it. So you can just see really, nicely designed. And then another, so you can see it going in and just kind of get a sense of the size of it. And in this picture right here, you see it inside of his ear. As you can tell, I mean, you can barely see it in there. So it's so discreet that nobody other than you will even know it's there. And I think that is a real dream for people that have hearing loss or are starting to have hearing loss. And I think that, and let me know in the chat, do you have anybody in your life that even is starting to, but they're embarrassed about it and they don't want to admit it, and you just know that they could benefit? Because I found when she was at skilled nursing, there was 60 other people on her same floor. And I felt like maybe a quarter of them could hear well. The others, the nurses had to talk really, really loud. None of them had hearing aids in. And I was just thinking, what a shame, but I was certain because I truly believe the reason why so many people don't have hearing aids is that they're so darn expensive. They're just cost prohibitive. They'd rather not hear than shell out $5,000 for hearing aids that they're not sure are even going to work for them anyway. And so what's so cool about these also, guys, this is a 45-day risk-free, completely risk-free. If they do not work, if whoever's going to be wearing them doesn't love them, if it doesn't change their world, send them back and no questions asked, and they will take them back. That was really important to him as well, to make sure that people felt comfortable with it and gave it a try, because he knows what everyone says when you read the reviews, it's crystal clear quality, because that's what I'm thinking, $189. How good can that be? But, and now I don't have hearing loss yet, so I can't speak to how good the quality is, but across the board, when you read the reviews, they're really, really strong. And I love that it's rechargeable. So on every charge, it's about 24 hours of use. So you just charge them when you go to bed and it's ready to roll the next morning. Lots of comments in the chat. What a great story. Holy cow, what an unbelievable price. Could not agree more. Love what Jacqueline says, how being able to hear helps people feel connected to others and so hard for them when they can't hear. And that is what I noticed when I was playing bingo yesterday and then having dinner with them all right after that, is that they're sitting there and they're kind of have this blank looks on their faces. And it's not because they're not cool people, interesting people, and that they're so far gone that they're just, it's really because they're not hearing what's going on around them. So how do you participate and connect with people when you don't know what's going on around them from a audio level? So well said, Jacqueline. Thank you for that. Let's see. Everyone I know that ordered expensive hearing aids did not use them because they were uncomfortable. Thank you for that, Cindy. My mother-in-law, that was the case with her, where she had these fancy hearing aids and they sat in the drawer, and it was so frustrating because we knew how much they cost. This was years ago, but it's just so frustrating for them because they have this thing that could really make a difference. But from what I understand, these are incredibly comfortable. I'm going to put one in my ear right now. In fact, I might have to look one more time to see how they go in the ear, so I do it right. I'm going to look at this picture. Okay, so pointing down. Okay. And they just have a little button that I just pressed, although I don't even know if these are completely charged. But anyway, it is in my ear now. I'm going to show you guys. So you can see it a little bit, but it's pretty, and I don't even know if I have it all the way in there, but pretty darn discreet. And Cindy, to your point, they are so comfortable. I'm telling you, I wouldn't even know it was there. They're so light, so comfortable. In fact, from a size perspective, these are 90% smaller than the average hearing aid. 90%. The price is incredible compared to all the other solutions, 100%. And the stress would be removed from worrying about losing one, since the cost is not prohibitive. Exactly. And they do offer lifetime support. So I could imagine people thinking, well, if I have a hearing doctor, then at least I know I can go back to them if there are any issues or anything like that. So lifetime support. So they are really backing it up. There are 4 different listening modes also, so you can kind of customize depending on what your need is, how much help you need with hearing. So that's kind of nice as well. And I think I mentioned it's a 24-hour battery life, so you don't have to worry about it. You put them in the morning, don't worry about them all day till you go to bed, and then charge them overnight and put them back in. So Mom has not used them yet. I will be honest about that. However, I'm going to see Mom after the show, and I'm going to insist that she use them and at least give them a try for 24 hours to see what she thinks. And more times than not, when I can finally get her to do something she doesn't want to do, she's glad she did. And this one is going to be a no-brainer. So if not for yourself, you guys, grab the QR code for somebody else, a loved one, share it with them because they're getting 20% off. So it's well worth doing that. And even, maybe there's someone, or maybe it's you who's just starting to lose your hearing, but you don't think you're ready for it yet. Grab it now so you have it when you are ready. So thank you, Audion. And this version is because they came out with a second version. The first one was super successful, but they wanted to make it even lighter and even more discreet. And so that is this one, which is the Audion Atom 2 is what it's called, Audion Atom 2. As you can see, here's the instruction manual right here that comes with it. And 3 weeks to better hearing, it says. Tip, it takes your brain and your ears. Okay, not 24 hours. I'm going to have a word commit to 3 to 4 weeks. Takes your brain and your ears about 3 to 4 weeks to adjust to a new hearing device. Good to know. I did not know that. So week 1, it says patience is key. So wear them for only 1 to 2 hours a day in the first week. That'll allow you to adjust to the fit and get used to processing new sounds. Then in week 2, practice makes perfect. So this is where you start wearing them 3 to 4 hours a day. Your brain and your ears are now beginning to adjust, and that will continually even get better over time. And week 3, I have to show you how cute it is. It says, live it up. And they're dancing around because they're listening to fun music. After 3 weeks of practice, you are ready to wear them 6+ hours a day. Enjoy your newfound hearing abilities to the fullest, and just be sure to take them out if your ears ever need a break. Maybe you don't want to hear somebody. Maybe they're saying something you don't want to know. So just turn them off. Just take them out and ignore them. Anyway, the packaging, everything about it, and I love them. And I love the mission more than anything. I'm not just saying that, but it's really been on my mind a lot about how frustrating it is that the two things that frustrate me the most are hearing and teeth, that it costs so much for especially elderly that are losing their teeth and teeth are breaking, and to get them fixed and to get dentures or veneers or whatever is needed. So I don't like that. So I love a company that is helping that cause for everybody, anybody with hearing loss. Okay, we are going to move on, and I want to remind you guys one more time that you are not too late to get in on that giveaway. So if you haven't already entered, go for it. Do that now right there. And no strings attached. And because you are here live, you can double your chances inside the chat. All you have to say is fly safe Jen. And I'm looking, a lot of people got in on that already. And if you haven't already, I am going to give you an extra entry if you put that in the chat. So don't be shy inside the chat. All right, moving on to the next product. This one, I've actually been using this one for quite a while now. I've had, let's see, probably even like 6 months, because I got them for myself before I ever knew they were on Grommet, and then before I ever knew I was going to get to feature them on Grommet Live, which I'm so happy to be doing, because I always love featuring a product that I'm authentically using on a daily basis and authentically telling everybody else that they should be using them. And this is just one of those, in my opinion, must-have products. Let me show you a whole suite of them. I love all the colors. I didn't know they had all these colors, these awesome colors, when I started using mine. I'm going to switch out my colors, but I'll just tell you right now, I have it on the back of my phone. I've got one right here on, this is my laptop right here. I've got a bigger one on the laptop. In fact, let me show you the sizes. How cute is this pink? These are called Jiffies, and these are restickable, reusable little eraser pads for anything and everything that has a screen or a lens or any kind of glass, mirror, anything of any kind. And let me put that up right there. Let's just do a little unboxing. I'm going to open them right now, but these are so brilliant. They work so well. And I do have a touchscreen laptop, so I get lots of fingerprints on my laptop, on my tablet as well. I can't even find how to open it because my eyes are so bad. Where is the opening? Oh my goodness, there it is. Okay, let's see. Ha! Eureka. This is the rose pink. So cute. Love, love, love. And so there's this nice big one right here. You know what? I'm going to take a break and I'm going to show you a video so you can see it in action. Then we'll come back through. I'll talk to you about how I use them and why I think they're so brilliant. And then I will take you through all the different colors. So let's take a quick peek at the video right here. So that big one, I wanted to show you the video because that's great right there on the refrigerator. If you have, let me back that up a little bit. If you have stainless steel and you get those fingerprints on the dishwasher, refrigerator, microwave, anything, these are brilliant. And you just keep them stuck right there. So they're top of mind. You see them there. And so you think, oh, I can just quickly wipe off a fingerprint when I see it. You don't have to do a full cleaning every time. So there he goes right there. Or she, no, he, look at that. Look how well they work. And then it just sticks right back on. And then there's little tiny ones for glasses. And there's a mirror right there. And I love these two. Sticks it on the wall right next to it. And then, I mean, perfection for cell phone screens. And that's what I do. I have mine stuck on the back of my phone. And then even a camera lens. How great is that? And that is my other number one use. That's probably my, even before cell phone, that's the what one I use it for the most. So, and just a quick little before and after. And it really does. It doesn't just move the smudges around. It gets rid of them, which that's always been my frustration when I'm trying to clean my screen, is that it seems to just push it around. But these actually get rid of it. And I wanted to show you this before and after just to show you that it's really not just for screens. I mean, here's a little, I think that's like a tea kettle or something like that. And anything that gets fingerprints on it, I will tell you one of my favorite uses for it. I use one that's this size right here. I mean, I use them all. I've got them all over the place. But the one that is this size right here, I have one on my toaster. I love my toaster. And it's very shiny and so pretty when it's clean. But with all those fingers making bagels and toast and all of that, it gets really grimy and covered in fingerprints so quickly. And so I love that it is just right there. Nobody else knows it's there but me. It's actually, I keep it on the side of my toaster. I peel it off and I shine that chrome and it sparkles. So pretty. I love it so much. And so that has me, like, I look around my kitchen and I think, where else can I put them? And so even on my microwave, I have the little tiny one right down in the corner, and the stainless steel on the microwave, when it gets fingerprints, I just, it's so fun to have them all over. Inside the car, you can have them on if you're someone who uses the visor mirror like I do, it gets smeared with whether it's makeup or whatever, and you just have a little one right there and quickly clean it. So smart. Let's see. Can't wait to see how it works. Okay, my phone camera lens always needs cleaning. So I'm so happy you said that. I completely forgot about that. I use it for that all the time because I'm taking a picture. I'm like, is that my lens that's not clean? And 9 times out of 10, it's my lens. And so having that to just safely clean your lens and not worry about scratching is really nice too. Let's see. Great idea. I wish I had thought of this. You and me both, Cindy. Oh, I bet my mom would love this for her glasses. Will it work on bathroom faucet? Yes, just as well as I was describing. In fact, my kitchen faucet is a big kind of gooseneck chrome, shiny chrome. And I love that as much as I love my toaster. And I'll use it on that and it just shines it right up. So it is just my BFF in the kitchen, in the car, in the office, in the bathroom. So I love that they have this kit that gives you so many of them. And so for normally, oh, I forgot. Gosh, how did I forget to mention this? You guys, this is your night. They are giving you guys tonight, and he sent me an email about it and everything, and here I almost forgot. This is what I need Jen for. They are giving you guys 50% off tonight on Grommet Live. If you don't grab those QR codes, because guess what? Christmas is a-coming, and I can't think of a better stocking stuffer for kids and adults than Jiffy's, because, hate to say it, but most kids these days do have cell phones, they do have laptops, they do have tablets, they have all those things, and we do want to teach them to take care of their things and keep them clean. And because they come in so many fun colors, they make such a fun little stocking stuffer. So let me just show you the colors. This is the rose pink. We've already seen that. This is the ember. Super cool. Kind of like an ecru almost, like an off-white. Really love that. This is the fossil gray. This is the one that I bought without knowing that it was going to be on Grommet or anything else. I just like the fossil gray. It's just kind of universal. But again, I didn't see all the pretty colors. And this is the olive. I really like this. Super cool looking. Yeah, and they even have, it's probably hard to see through the camera, but the white right here kind of gives you ideas of what to use them for. Like it's showing glasses, it's showing screens, tablets. I'm trying to think if there's anything we didn't talk about. Oh, love this idea for ski goggles. If you have any skiers out there and they can just kind of stick, you can get the little one, it can just stick on the side of it or something and just clean those right up. That's a great idea. Apple Watch, the face of an Apple Watch, another good idea. Clocks, microwaves, refrigerator. I mean, sky's the limit, right? You can do so many things. And here's what else is really cool about it is not just removing the sponges. It is also actually, what's the word? It's antibacterial. So there is something on one side of them that is actually built into the material that wipes away bacteria. So you're not having to disinfect with a disinfectant. You can actually disinfect with Jiffies. Really great. And let's see what it feels like. If I have to say what it feels like, I would say it's a lot like a chamois, if you know what I mean, that you chamois that you shine your car with. It's that kind of consistency. And the material is a polyamide synthetic tri-blend material. A lot of words, just really a fancy way of saying that it is a chamois that cleans like nothing else. And it really, really does. Let's see. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any colors. We did the ember. There is the onyx, which is basically just a traditional black. Oh, this might be another one of my faves. This is the ivory. And it's almost like, looks a little pearlescent-ish. So that's really pretty. And then this is a blue slate. Super cool color. So lots of fun ones to choose from. And what fun little, I said stocking stuffers, but also just little gifts for friends. Like, I don't know if you do, we do at holiday time, we do our favorite things gift. I'll do a girls' luncheon and everybody brings their favorite things, one for each person. It's so much fun. And this is so perfect for that because it's that, especially with 50% off, you guys. So you're getting those 50% off. So it's under $15. And so it's such an easy little gift to give to lots of people. So grab that now, you guys. Get the QR code, even if you're not sure what color you want or who you're getting it for. Get the QR code so you get that 50% off. And she's going to honor that 50% off forever when you grab that QR code. So you're getting it tonight, but you don't have to necessarily use it tonight. You can use it later. So if you haven't gotten it yet, grab it because you have nothing to lose. If you don't ever use it, that's okay. But if you ever decide, I really want those Jiffies, but I don't want to pay $29 for that pack, you can pay $14.99 instead tonight. But you can't, it's a one use, just so everybody's clear on that. The QR codes are one use, but one use, you could buy 20 of these and get 50% off all 20, but it's one time, if that makes sense. Let me know if you guys have questions on that. Fun gifts for kids. I love that it doesn't just move germs around. Exactly. And the smudges. The smudges are the death of me. I feel like no matter what I use on them, it's just moving them. But when I found Jiffy and I started using it, they're gone. And it looks so shiny. It looks new. I love that. And that, first of all, it's as I mentioned, that you just peel it. Wherever it's stuck to, you're peeling it off, you're using it, and then you're sticking it back on. But if the backing starts to ever lose this adhesive, let me show you. You can see it's nice, good adhesive. But if it starts to lose that adhesive, you just put it underwater and it regenerates itself. So you can use it again and again and again. But guess what? But wait, there is more. They are going to give you new sets for life. If yours stop working, if the backing comes off and they're just not doing their thing anymore, they'll send you new sets. If that isn't standing behind your product, I don't know what is. So pretty great. It says the way they put it exactly is, here's something you'll never see with cleaning cloths. If the stickiness wears off for good, or if it doesn't clean like it used to, or even if you lose it, yes, even if you lose it, you'll get a completely new set completely free. Pretty great. I don't know of any company that offers that. So Jiffy, thank you for that. Thank you for the 50% off. And thank you for standing behind it in such a huge way. Love it, love it, love it. So grab that QR code, guys. This is your chance, 50%. Okay, We are halfway through. We have 3 more products, and I want to remind you guys I have a very special guest. She may or may not be inside the chat. I'm not telling you guys who it is, but I have her coming on at the end of the show with her phenomenal product, phenomenal invention to help you do your nails flawlessly every single time. It's so cool. I'm so impressed. So very excited for you guys to meet her. And I am going to give you another chance to enter that giveaway in case you haven't already. Just grab that QR code right there. And we're going to do our first giveaway right now. So if you if you are getting in on the giveaway now, and so not in time for this giveaway, we're doing another one at the end of the show so you can get in on that one for sure. So what am I giving away? I am giving away Jiffies because they are so awesome, you guys. They're a game changer. They're just, and because they give you so many of them, you get to have them all over, and then you will, you'll use them when you see them. It's just this little trigger. Oh yeah. And then so you're wanting to keep everything nice and clean. In fact, I have a little mirror right here when I get ready for my show, and there's another one right on the corner of my little mirror. They're everywhere. I'm a Jiffy girl. So we are giving away Jiffies, and Jen, let's see. Hold on, I got to make sure she sent it to me. Oh God, did she? I know she's told me she was going to pick the first one before she left. Oh goodness, where is it? Okay. Oh, she did. I don't know if this person is inside the chat. I have not seen this name in the chat yet, but she may be here hiding. I don't know. But she is a lucky girl. Kristen Bunn, you are the winner of your choice of a pack of Jiffies. So you get to pick the color. And if you are here, we would love to know inside the chat which color you're going to get. Really curious about that because I love them all. The olive is very, very cool. But congratulations. So Jen is going to be reaching out to you. She will find out what color you want. She will find out your shipping address, and she will get that out to you as soon as possible. So again, congratulations. But if you didn't win, we've got another very, very good one coming up at the end of the show. So stay tuned for that. Okay, moving on to our next product. I wish so bad that Jen was here for this one, because when it showed up, I joked that this was made for Jen. It really is. And because Jen and I, we kind of work remotely from each other a lot, but a couple days a week we get together and we work together most of the day. And I get very claustrophobic inside of my office. And so I always say, can we go outside? Can we go outside and continue this? And she always gives me the look like, my computer screen, I can't see my computer screen when we're outside. And so, and mine, I can see, depends on the kind of screen you have. Some of them you can see fairly well outside in the daytime, not many of them. But Jen's, you definitely cannot. So she gets so frustrated every time I want to go outside. She has to find a shady spot. She's got to tilt her screen every which way. And so we don't get to go outside that often. So when this is another one that when it showed up, I went, oh my gosh, where has this been all of our lives? We've needed this so bad. And I can't wait to start using it with her. And so what am I talking about? Let me just show you a picture, because I think this picture kind of does a good job of describing, showing Jen and I outside working. Actually, this is one that's inside, I think, and they're just in a window. But see how they all have a little shade over their laptops. And then here's a gal working outside in a beach chair, it looks like, or a lounge chair, sitting by the pool. And it's called Sun Shader. And it is so brilliant, you guys. It is for indoor or outdoor, really. But I think about when you're working inside all day, or at least for me, like I do get claustrophobic and I just kind of lose my mojo after a while when I'm inside. And so I'm more thinking about the fact that I'm frustrated inside this office than I am doing what I should be doing. And so there's something to me about going outside that just kind of remotivates me, re-energizes me. So if there's a solution that allows me to go sit outside on a beautiful day, I'm coming into fall, this is so perfect timing for it. Love this time of year. And I can put a sunshade on my laptop and see just as good outside as I can inside. I am all about it. Check out this video that shows it perfectly. So that's Jen right there, pretty much. Oh, he needs a jiffy on his screen. So simple to put on. And look at the coverage that that gives you once it's on. And then all of them working. So again, inside as well. And it's very smartly designed that it is just so portable, as you can see. Whoop. Let me go back on that real quick. So it just kind of folds up like that. And then it's so lightweight and so slim, it just kind of fits right into your briefcase or your backpack or anything else. Let me show it to you fully put together. And I wanted to show you this picture because there are two different versions of Sunshader. One is made really sort of out of cardboard, if you will. And then the second one is a leather exterior that has a microfiber on the inside. So that's more of the kind of plush deluxe version. And the creator of this is a gentleman named Alex Griffin. And I think I did see Alex inside the chat. I thought I did earlier. Let me just double check. I hope you're here, Alex, because I think this is a phenomenal idea. Linda says, I love this. I saw it when it was announced and it works great. Oh, she got it when it was announced and it works great. It's brilliant. Will it work on a tablet too? Ooh, Sherry, I don't think it, I mean, I guess you could rig it if Alex, oh, he is here. Yay. Hey, Alex. And Alex, I think Alex is in Austin. Am I right? I think this was invented in Austin, Texas. Are you a UTer? Let us know. Are you a Longhorn? I always say UT. Are you a Longhorn, I should say. Anyway, Jen is headed your way. And she, let's see, it depends on the tablet. Okay, speaking of that, Alex, I'm going to show the different sizes, because I do think that is important. I'm sure that's a question everybody has. So there are the two different sizes. There is the medium and the large. And so the medium fits about 11 inches to 13 inches. But important note here, so many times with televisions and laptops, they talk about the measurement diagonally. But when it comes to Sunshader, we're talking about the width horizontally. So you want to measure from side to side. And from side to side, for the medium, it's going to be 11 inches to 13 inches. And then for the large, it's 13.1 inches to, oh, I can't even see it. I think it's 15.5. I'm on top of it. Let's see if I can do that. There we go, 15 inches. Okay, so 13.1 to 15. And then if you're curious, if it's compatible with yours, here are some examples of what it's compatible with. So the medium is that the Apple MacBook Air 13 and Pro 14, Dell HP 13 to 14 inch, and then the large on the right. You can read those there. So that is how the sizing works. And let me just show you it in person. And it's so easy to put on. In fact, I have it on one of my laptops right now. And so here it is right there. So this is the more plush deluxe one, as you can see. And it really does give such nice coverage. This is the one that is less expensive. It's the cardboard. And I think, let's see, I want to make sure. The one I think that's on Grommet, let me pull up the actual QR code so you guys can see that. Here we go. Yes, so that is the Pro 5, is the one that I just showed you. And that's the one that has the leather exterior and it's got the microfiber on the inside. It's really, really nice. I'm going to take it off of the computer so that I can show you how nice it is. So here it is flat. So it's really such a slim, slim silhouette. And then this is going to go, sorry, let's fold it in. Okay. So such a slim silhouette, so lightweight. So you really can just slide it into any backpack, any tote, briefcase, purse, you name it, and almost not even know it's there. So great for traveling. And speaking of traveling, I also want to mention, yes, it's great for blocking out the sun, but it's equally great for just having your privacy. That's a big issue for me sometimes. And not that I do this top secret stuff, but when I'm on the airplane, I'm almost always have my laptop out when I'm on the airplane and doing my work. And I do think about not, maybe I'm working on my finances stuff. And, you just don't want people to see necessarily what you're working on. And so you can just put that up and it's like your own little cubicle for your laptop. or maybe you're sitting at the bar working at the airport bar, or you have it on your lap sitting waiting for your flight. Anywhere you are where you just want that little bit of privacy, the sun shader is amazing for that. Such a smart solution. I've never seen anything like this before. I didn't know this existed. I don't know if this is the only one that's ever been done, but Alex has done it to perfection. It's so nicely made. Let me show you even just the clips that clip on to the laptop itself and to the screen, because our laptops are expensive and we probably get a little nervous about whether it's going to hurt it. And these are nice kind of rubbery silicone that just sort of hug the screen. And so there's no fear of damage whatsoever. It's so well thought out, well designed. So the number twos they're just going to hook around the outside edge of your screen. And the number ones are going to hook on the top there. And it's going to create what you saw earlier when it was all put together, which I'll show you one more time what that looks like. And so the Pro 5 comes in the black and this color here that you're seeing. And so you have your choice of that. And so that is the leather one with the microfiber on the inside. I want to mention also that it's also not just for sun, it's also for if you're out where there might be moisture or rain and you need to protect your laptop. So it's equally good for that. And if you're out in the extreme heat, which in Austin, Texas, I can imagine you are sometimes, Arizona, wherever you might be, where it gets really, really hot, your laptop can overheat. But this actually protects it from the heat so that your laptop isn't getting damaged from the heat, which is really nice. There is a little cutout, I think you saw in the video, but it does accommodate for it makes it easy to plug in your laptop even when this is on. So it's kind of thought of everything. And I think this is another one of those, it's just a great gift to give too. My son is going to eat this up. I can't wait to tell him about it because, as I mentioned, he's trying to get back to Austin to live, but right now he's in Arizona. And so he's dealing with the heat there and he loves being outside. And so loves working on that laptop no matter where he is. And to have a solution like this, he's going to be so excited. I can't wait to share it with him. Yeah, Grommet, Alex is chiming in that Grommet has the Sunshader Pro, which is the one that you saw. I bet it helps keep the computer from overheating in the sun. There you go, Jacqueline, you were way ahead of me there. Let's see, Alex, if you're looking at making another size, consider one for the tablet. I use my tablet by the pool when I'm on vacation. That's a great idea, Sherry. I could imagine a lot of people would use that. Love the travel airplane angle, yes. Hope it has a website on the outside. I bet other people on the plane would love to get it when they see it. No kidding. Business travelers. I mean, I can imagine what a great product for a business traveler to have, because there are so many opportunities isn't the right word, but there's so many situations where you do not want everybody looking at what you're doing on your laptop. Maybe you're watching a naughty movie and you don't want people to see that. Who knows what you're doing? But now you can have privacy with whatever it is. And yes, they do have their branding on the outside, which is super smart. I do want to say, I believe, and Alex, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you can even get them branded with your logo. And so what a great company gift to give to employees. But how they like to do little Christmas gifts and things like that. I think it would be just such a great thing, especially if you work for a company that maybe does have information that should be a little private. And Alex says, yes. Alex, are you referring to that it can be customized? Love the logo angle. Yep. So let us know. I'm pretty sure I did see that and I thought it was great. So, outdoor pools, Starbucks, same thing. Sometimes I'm at Starbucks and, you're sitting on a booth with people next to you both ways, and to have that little privacy, perfection. Really, really smart. You can order one custom printed with your own branding, or we can do volume orders, fully customizable, printed all over. Love it. So you guys, with the Grommet discount, again, this is normally close to $55 and you are getting it for $44. Worth every penny. And it's always hard to see through the camera to know how high quality it is, but it is really, really high quality. Very, very nicely done. To me, when I'm holding the Pro and feeling that leather on the outside and that really nice, soft microfiber. It's almost like a suede like on the inside. I'm thinking this is a $99 item and something that you'd be like proud to have on any laptop. So that's a really great price at the $44. Alex, thank you for bringing this to Grommet. I love it. I'm sure my wheels will spin with so many people that I want to tell about this, that it's just a no-brainer product for them, and people that are married to people that it's a no-brainer product for. So I'll be one of your biggest fans, sending you lots of peeps. That would be great advertising for a founder. Yes, yes, yes. I think it's a great, even like a golf tournament swag. You know, they're always giving cool things with branding on it, and golfers probably bring their laptops and do the little things in between holes, maybe. I don't know. I don't golf, but I could imagine that. Okay, guys, we're going to move on to another product that I'm super excited. Oh, I'm charging it. I better grab it. Hold on. The beauty of live shopping. Okay. Forgot about that. I can't wait to use it. I haven't gotten to use this yet, but I was so excited about it. I've been seeing it everywhere. And when I saw that we have it on Grommet, I was just chomping at the bit to have it on the show. And sure enough, we've been waiting to have it on because I wanted to wait till it was starting to get into fall, where it's getting a little bit colder. We're starting to think about keeping warm. But one of the reasons I so badly wanted to feature this is because I am somebody who has very cold hands. Is there anybody else that has cold hands, that feels like your hands are just always cold? And I have something, actually, it's called, and maybe many of you guys know of this, maybe you even have it. In fact, it's very common for women, much more so than men. I have something called Raynaud's syndrome. And it's sort of a circulation issue. It's random. My daughter has it too, though, so it's got to be somewhat hereditary. But where the tips of my fingers will get so cold, they'll get like white or blue sometimes. And Sherry has it too. When I go into the grocery store, even in the middle of summer, I go into the grocery store, there's something about that grocery store where my fingers they instantly turn blue. They're so cold. And so I'm always hoping I have pockets on, or we have these flip mitts on Grommet that I love too, that I can kind of put around my hands. But so when I saw this, it's called Cozy Charge. I was so excited about, oh my gosh, Leslie has it too. See, it's very common, you guys. And I get nervous as the winter comes because I know my hands are going to be so darn cold all winter long. Well, this was it's been featured everywhere. It's on Fox and NBC and ABC and PC something or other. I forget all the different places that it's been featured. But this is it. It's called Cozy Charge. Comes in a couple different colors. This is my favorite because it's sort of like a gold champagne, really, really pretty. But what it is it's basically a 2-in-1, because not only does this puppy keep your hands so toasty warm, in fact, it heats all the way up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Not so sure I'm going to go that high, but it does, and it stays that way, or it stays however hot you want it to be, for 4 to 8 hours at a time. So this is something that you could even just keep in your purse, and when your hands get cold, you just hold on to it. You just pull it out and just grab onto it. Or if you are skiing or doing anything outdoors in the cold, maybe you're ice fishing or something like that, fly fishing, whatever it is, and you can have this in your pocket and be able to put your hands in your pocket and be toasty warm, or just pull it out and hold it and be toasty warm. Or in my case, when I go into the grocery store, I can't wait to have this with me and have my hands be toasty warm. So again, up to 140 degrees. Now, people who are loving this are more than people just who have cold hands. It's people that have arthritic hands, people that have any kind of pain, not even just in the hands. It could be in the knee, it could be in the thigh, in the shoulder, the neck, anywhere. To be able to have something that can get that hot and stay that warm for so long, it's very therapeutic. So that was a whole thing I hadn't even considered. And with my low back and my hip pain that I've been having, I'm going to have this in my purse all day, every day for various things that I've got going on. And then I call it a 2-in-1 because not only does it keep your hands warm, but it is also a power bank. So it can recharge your phone. Now, you won't do those two things at the same time. You'll do one or the other, but it is very light and it is very slim. I love the little, this comes off if you want it to, but I love that you have this. You can hang it, or you can just have it on your wrist, or hook it onto your purse in some way. So nice to have a power bank, to have a phone charger at the ready whenever you need it. I really like that just by itself. And when you find one that's cute like this and so slim and just kind of a no-brainer, slip in your purse, so nice. Can I use these to warm my hands for snowmobiling? Oh my gosh, yes. It's perfect for that. I was hoping our friend Candy was going to be on from Alaska, because she is always battling the cold. And we've got Sherry's here from Minnesota, so I know this is speaking to her. And she says it's like a rechargeable pocket heater. It really is. It's a rechargeable pocket heater, and it's so simple and easy to use. It has one button right there, this little button. And to turn it on, you're just pressing it for 3 seconds. If it's charged, let's see. Yep, there's the light that just went on. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see. Can you see that? Maybe not. Anyway, the light's on and I feel it heating up. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm in heaven. I love this thing. Love it, love it, love it. And even I think about, I walk the dogs at nighttime and it gets chilly. And so to have this in my pocket, and I can kind of just have, and I only have one of them, but I'm going to get a second one because I do want one in both pockets, I think. Pretty sure about that. So let me tell you, let's talk about the pricing. Great idea for localized pain. Exactly. Yes. Like right now, even I'm thinking, oh gosh, it gets really nice and toasty. Feels so good. And did you notice how fast that heated up? Really fast. Now let's, in regard to charging it. So you're going to charge it. So it does take quite a while to charge. You're charging it for 3 to 5 hours, but then on that 3 to 5 hour charge time, you're going to get about 4 to 8 hours of heat. And that 4 to 8 hours is a big span, but that depends on how hot you want it. So if you're keeping it at that really high level, it's obviously going to be closer to 4 hours. But if you're just keeping it kind of warm, it's going to be more around the 8-hour mark. So that's nice to know about. And this is another one where they really stand behind it. They're giving you a 30-day no risk trial. So get it home, try it, feel the warmth, see all the different ways that you can use it. And then if you don't like it, if you don't think it's great, send it right back. So what they've done, and I'm going to see if it got put in here correctly, but I will tell you. Yeah, okay, good. And actually it is, the retail price is incorrect on that, because in the open market on the internet, if you were to go looking for this, you will see that this is typically $49.95. And right there it says $44.95. But with Grommet, with that QR code, you guys are getting it at $34.95. So that is a big discount. And it's really, you can tell that it's really, really high quality too. I mentioned it comes in 2 different colors, so I want to show you that other color in case anybody's interested in that. So it is just silver. So it's either the silver or the champagne. They're both adorable. I'm just a champagne girl, both in bling and in beverage. So that's why I like that one. So I'm going to stick with that. But those are the 2 colors. And just want to make sure I didn't miss any questions inside the chat. Can I use them to, okay, got that one. Pocket heater. Would be a great for a Chicago Bears game. Love that. Yes, sporting events at nighttime when it gets so chilly. If you're someone that has kids and you're going to those football games or baseball games that last forever, and you're outside, or maybe you're at a concert or something where it gets chilly. I mean, there's so many places I'm going to be using this. This is just going to be with me all the time. Oh, Jacqueline said she's going to use it for her big toe. Or is that just your big toe lose circulation? Anyone with circulation issues, I mean, just to put the bottom of your feet on this would feel amazing. Really, really would. Cozy Charge, I love you. I love you. I love you, Grommet. I love you for bringing us Cozy Charge and letting me feature it on Grommet Live. How lucky am I to do this job? I love it so much. Love to tell the stories. Love to discover these products and just to share them with everyone. It's so fun. Okay, speaking of fun, you guys, we are getting ready to bring in our lovely guest, our very special guest. She has been in the chat with us. She's been very active in the chat, and I'm so glad that she has been. And does anybody have any guesses who it is that is our special guest tonight? I will tell you, her name is Jacqueline Smith. May or may not be the Jacqueline Smith from Charlie's Angels. You'll have to wait and see in just a moment. But her name is Jacqueline Smith, and she is a fellow female inventor, which I love that. And I know I'm pretty positive she's a member of the Women Inventors Club. If you guys have not already joined that and you are a female inventor, or you're a female with an idea for an invention, I welcome you to join that. And you can get the link to join on my website. My website is Marcy McKenna, Marcy with a Y.com. So very easy. So just head over there if you want to join. It's completely free to join, and it's a great group of women that doesn't even begin to describe how amazing it is. But great group of women just locking arms to help each other succeed with their product ideas and to bring them to market in a big way. So it's a ton of fun. Okay, so we are going to bring in Jacqueline Smith in just a second, but I just want to tell you, want to sing her praises. And I'm excited to talk to her and to ask her some questions about her journey, because I know, in fact, I think I first met Jacqueline, and we've never met in person, but she was on a webinar that I was doing about live shopping. And she reached out to me after the webinar saying that she's had this product that has had a lot of success, but she had to take a break from it for a while. And she's just getting ready to kind of relaunch and reinvigorate the product. So I'm excited to hear all about that. I'm going to be holding my cozy charge the whole time. I'm addicted, I have to tell you. But I'm so excited to bring her in, and her product is so innovative. And I've got videos to show you and pictures and all of that, but I'm sure nothing can do it justice like Jacqueline herself. So let me bring the guest of honor in right now. Let me bring us both in. There we are. Okay, I think maybe this will be okay, given that that's what we'll do. Hello, how are you?
Great, how are you? And I want to give you a shout out. I found out about the opportunities at Grommet through the Women Inventors on Facebook.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy. Awesome.
Yeah, somebody had posted, so it did really well for me, like immediately. So if you have an idea and you want to get in there, it's a really supportive group.
Yeah, Grommet is so special in that way. I have such a heart for independent inventors. I've been working with them for years and run the Women Inventors Club and all of that. And I was so thrilled when I saw that Greg and Giddy Up is the parent company of Grommet, when they took it over. As I got to know these guys, I really, truly believe they have that same heart for independent inventors and really want to see them succeed. And so sharing that same vision because there's so many great inventions out there, so many great inventors out there, but we just get lost in this e-commerce noise. There are so many products, and the Amazons and the Walmarts of the world do not make it any easier. But Grommet is sort of this platform that lets the little guys be found and heard. And Grommet Live, to me, is just a phenomenal way to amplify that story that much more and get the story and the product out there in front of so many people who would have never heard of it, never seen it. It would have gotten lost elsewhere. So I think it's a real gift for independent inventors. So thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. And Sherry's chiming in saying, I found my manufacturer because of the Women Inventors Club. Yes, you did. So guys, everybody welcome Jacqueline Smith inside the chat. Say hello to her. As I mentioned, she's been very active in the chat. So thank you for that, Jacqueline. But she has created a product that is called Edge Perfection. And I just think it is so smart because, as I mentioned, it does allow you to do a flawless nail polish job every single time, and not just regular nail polish. You can do French manicures with it. You can do nail art with it. And it's so simple. And I'll have to say, Jacqueline, for me, it's so satisfying, so fun to do, because there's something about peeling that off. I just love it. And so it's just so clever. And I'm so happy that you found me through live shopping also, because I think it's such a great product for live shopping because it's so visually demonstrable and it's so problem solution oriented, just phenomenal. So would you like me to show the video of it in action first, or would you want to talk about it first?
Yeah, I think that would be helpful. Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. So I'm going to go straight to the video and then we'll come back to Jacqueline in just about 23 seconds to be exact. So see how when you do your nails, you can be really sloppy with them with Edge Perfection. You're just putting it on, you're waiting for it to dry, almost dry, paint it however you want, and then you peel off the tape. It's not tape, it's more like a silicone barrier. And that's it. Let me go back. So super simple, but I am terrible at painting my own nails. And the prices at the nail salons, they just keep going up and up and up. And so when I saw this, I thought, oh my God, I could actually paint my own nails and they would actually look really good because you're in control. I love how you can move that edge around and make it just how you want it. And then when you peel it off, it's like I think you said it in your video even, it's like painter's tape for your nails.
Yep.
Basically.
Yep, absolutely. You apply it before you polish, and then you let it dry, and then you can shape it if you need to, and then you polish your nails, and then you just peel it off, and it does the reverse of whatever you were doing, right? If you were doing a design and one really interesting thing, right now, many people are going to the gel manicure,
Yeah.
and doing a gel manicure at home is a fantastic way to do the gel manicure. But what I have heard people starting to talk about is if you get that gel manicure on your skin and then you cure it underneath the light, as that manicure grows out, then it creates a little bit of a bubble. And so the gel doesn't last as long because it can peel off. Because there's a little air bubble in there. And so
Yep.
if you use Edge Perfection and you cover your cuticles completely before you apply the polish, and then you peel that off, and then you put your fingers under the UV to cure the gel, then you're not going to have it on your cuticles. So when the gel cures, then it won't have a cuticle.
Got it. Smart. Did you discover that element almost by accident? Or was that?
Yeah, actually, so yeah, when I was first starting, it was really hard to answer that question about gel manicures because I didn't really do gel manicures. And so I always was like, well, yeah, just make sure you peel it before you put it under the light, but there is this wonderful woman that does Instagram, and she had said, wow, I'm never going to do a gel manicure again without your product, because for her it helped her gel last so much longer because she didn't have that air bubble. So that's kind of like a new thing.
So popular.
And
yeah, that's amazing. And I think it was let's see, Sherry was saying about pedicures. I didn't even think of pedicures. I don't know why, but it's just good for pedicures. Don't ask me.
Absolutely.
Fingernails on the mind.
And or for for a partner to do a manicure at home for their, or a mom to do, or a child to do. Actually, that's another where some fun posts are where a mom does she gets all of her fingers all prepared, and then the child can paint whatever they want to because they just peel off. Because
you can be messy. You don't have to have, my hand starts to shake because I'm so nervous that it's not going to be right. And also my eyes aren't so great. So when I'm doing my toes and they're way down there, I don't know how well I'm doing them. So this is forgiving. You can go over the edge and it's okay. And then when you feel it, it's perfection. Hence the great name, Edge Perfection. And I just want to show you guys what it looks like. So when it comes, it's in this little tube like that. And there's two different ones. This one is the thick brush. And in fact, I will show you the two different brushes right now. Quickly there. So those are the two. We've got the nail. Oh, did I flip? I flip-flopped it, darn it. Well, look, think of it the other way. So the thick brush is the white brush, and the nail art is the pointy one, which makes sense. So those are the two different ones. And here's another image just while we're in here, showing it in use. So when it goes on, it is going to be, and I'll show it to you closer, but it's sort of almost like a light green color as it goes on. And then as it dries, it becomes a little more clear, as you're seeing on the right there. Now, let me ask you, Jacqueline, um, when I was a little confused about how long I should let it dry, because I know you say to peel it off before it's dried completely. Can you
Yeah,
explain that?
so yeah, no, I personally don't peel it until it's dry.
Oh, completely dry.
So it all depends. Often it can take 30 seconds to dry. It
Mhm.
depends on how thick you apply it,
Yeah.
and it depends on how warm it is. Where you, if you're in a really cold room, it might take a little longer to dry.
Okay.
You know, so but definitely best case is when you work a few, because it does take a little bit of time to get used to the product, but if you work a few fingers at a time, it is better than working all fingers at the same time, because then they'll stick to each other, because they're very tacky and sticky when
Yeah.
it's dry, right?
Yeah.
So my suggestion is to do a few fingers at a time.
Okay.
And also, I prefer to wait until it dries all of the way, except I have seen nail bloggers where they apply the polish before the edge perfection is completely dry, uh, and they like to do it that way. That's
Okay.
so everybody, it just kind of is where your comfort zone is, but
Play
it
around
will
with it.
peel better, way better, if you let it dry, because if you don't let it dry, it's very hard.
Okay, I'm glad to
Peels.
hear you say that because that was my experience. Is I wanted it to completely. It came off much better when it was completely dry. So I was a little confused about that.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good. So I just did want to show you guys. So this is what it looks like. So it's just kind of that. This is that thicker brush, the thick brush for the border, around the edge of your nails. But also, when you're doing French manicures, I love it for French manicures. That's what I typically do when I do my nails, because so you're just painting it across and creating that perfect little edge border, and then you're painting the tips white, and then you peel it when it's dry, and it's the perfect French manicure that I thought I always had to go to the nail salon for a French manicure because I could never come close to that. So I love it for that. This is the one that is for nail art. Which one is more, well, that one's got to be more popular, the thick brush one, right?
The thick brush is more popular, but people really, once they get used to the thin brush, then they realize you really can use both, and you get more precision with the thin brush. So,
Yeah.
and also, do you know what a reverse half moon is? A reverse French? It's when it's from years and years ago, like before
Okay.
we were born, and it's where the half moon is up by your cuticle.
Right. Yes. I do know of that. Okay.
Yeah. So
So that's
that's another fun, if you're not into nail art, that's just another really nice, crisp, classic look
love it.
that you can create.
And the nail art is such a big thing right now, and this just makes it so much easier to get it precise without the stickers and all of that. This is just such a treat, such a gift
Well,
for anyone that loves doing nails. My
yeah,
gosh.
and you can, and the beauty of it is if you don't apply it right the first time, you just wait till it dries, peel it off, or wipe it off before it dries,
Yeah.
and do it again. There's no, you know, and you can shape it when it's dry. So if you go on your cuticle, and you get some on your nail, when it's wet or when it's dry, you can just push it off of the surface of your nail to clear it away, because it will be a reverse of whatever you have. So if you get it on your nail, and then you peel it away. Oh, and then another really important tip is, you don't wait until your nail polish is dry to peel it off. You definitely peel it, because it will tear the nail polish. So
Okay.
that may have been what you were thinking,
That's what it was.
because
I was
yeah,
confused about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
That's
don't
one of
wait for
the
the polish
biggest.
to dry. You do wait for the actual edge perfection to dry.
Yeah.
Don't wait for your polish to fully dry. You want it to dry
A
3/4
little, yeah.
dry?
Depends on how thick you put the polish on, right? There's like
Okay,
there's some variables, right? So it takes
yeah,
a little time to get used to it. But if you wait until your polish is dry, it will probably tear your polish or pull your polish off.
like, that makes total sense. Of course it yeah,
I mean,
okay,
it's like
that's a good
I
point.
compare it to leaving. Have you ever, has anybody ever left the blue painter's tape up on their wall for like 2 weeks? And then you try to take that down, you're tearing that paint off your wall.
Great analogy, yes, because it is like paint it's so much like painter's tape. Now, I'm glad you said the thing about moving it because that is exactly what I did when I used it for the first time. I was looking, God, I'm thinking I'm even bad at putting on edge perfection, not just how to do my nails. I can't even put the, but what was it's so forgiving that I loved. I had a cuticle stick with me, and so I just kind of. But you don't need a cuticle stick. You can do it with your nails or anything, but you can move it to get it
Yeah.
just how you want it. Then when it's just how you want it, then you paint, wait for it to dry semi, and then peel it off and it's flawless. So
Yep,
good.
it peels away. And yeah, and everybody has a different take on if they fix it a little bit when it's still wet or when it's half dry or when it's totally dry.
Yeah.
It really is just a preference.
Yeah, I kind of liked it almost totally dry when then I
That's when I do it. But I've
okay.
seen it executed like way better than I can do it when and that person did it when it was half dry. And I'm talking about the barrier being half dry.
Right. Okay. So Sherry's asking a great question, and I'm sure it's going to vary for, based on how you're using it. But basically, how long does one tube last? How many
For
nails can we do?
as long as you store it correctly, it will
Which
last a pretty good amount of time. That's a great question. There's multiple manicures. It's like, do you remember when we were growing up that how many times can you lick a lollipop or right? Well,
just a thought.
that's kind of what we did in the office one time was how many manicures can we get? So mostly you will have plenty way more than 10 manicures. Um, probably probably closer
10
to
fingers, 10
30,
manicures.
yeah, probably close to 25 or 30 manicures, maybe more.
Wow.
It all depends on again, it depends on how you use it, right?
Yeah.
So, um,
How do we
but
store it?
um,
What's the best way to store it? You said depends on how you store it
yep,
also?
I would store it like you would store your nail polish, right? You put it into your bin and put it into a more of a climate controlled closet or something like that. What you don't want to do is let it freeze. If it
Mm,
freezes, then it compromises it.
okay.
And it's probably not a good idea to leave it in the car on a 100-degree day. That's probably
Yeah,
going to compromise it. But generally speaking, if you just store it in your bathroom where you have your products.
great. Yeah.
But that was a great question.
Yes, thank you.
And
Any
so
other
yeah, so like just even getting a manicure right now, the prices for going to the salon. I mean, I know there's more to going to the salon, right? There's the fun aspect of it, right? But I think that we're seeing a really big trend back towards more DIY in
yeah,
like in every area, right? Not like more people are cooking, more people are right. So
people are liking being home. There's something happening, and I think it's since COVID, really, it never completely gone back. We taught ourselves to do things at home ourselves, whether it's cooking or doing our nails or whatever, because we had to, but then we realized we actually like it. And you're right. Going to a manicure salon, there is that spa element and just the pampering and all of that. But really, when I think of going or not going, because for me, it's also a time thing. I don't have time to go and make an appointment and wait and all of that. But when I need my nails to actually look good, like look well done, that's when I'll go. But it's really the painting part that makes them look good, look well done. And so with this, I can do that whenever I want now without the salon. So now
right.
for me, it probably would I would only go if I needed that pampering kind of experience. And this lets me do the pro look at home without the price and without the time. And I like that.
Right. How many times have you sat there and you're watching and you're like, I'm pretty sure I came to the salon to not have it on my skin.
I know.
Right.
Like, you see that? Yeah.
So,
So true. Well, Jacqueline, thank you so much for joining us live. And I didn't even announce that one of the main reasons she is joining us live is because she was the product of the week winner on Grommet. And I am not one bit surprised because you'll notice product of the week winners are a couple things. I think they're definitely problem solvers that the masses can relate to, that solves a problem for the masses, I should say. But they're also tend to be those little, they have a little fun flair to them where it's something that just has like kind of a wow factor. And I think with Edge Perfection, it definitely has both of those and then some. And then the demonstrable. I can't wait for you. Have you started doing any live shopping yet? With it where
I
you
haven't, but I definitely want to, and I want to take a little bit more notice of the videos that you have about that. I think that would be a great asset. But one other thing is, this also makes a great stocking stuffer because it can be like for the person who walks your dog, or for a teacher, or for a babysitter, like all of these different ways when you just don't know what to get. This is something they probably don't have.
And we didn't even bring the price up because I was having so much fun chatting with you. And so normally, guys, it is $29. With the 20%, it's $23.20. And is it, you're getting your choice of, right?
No, we actually did a really big special. We've never done pricing like this. We did a really big
Okay.
special for Grommet. That's a duo set, so you get both.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
You guys. So
And
both.
free shipping.
Awesome.
We just wanted to take advantage of, give back to Grommet because Grommet gave to us. So
I love that you're doing that. That is amazing. So what is the retail on each one typically?
right there, like $15.99, $16 each one. So it would
Okay.
be more like $32 retail.
Got it. Okay. So 32, you guys are getting both for $23.20. And I love everything you just said about gifting for stocking stuffers, girlfriend gifts, teacher gifts, babysitter gifts, all day long. And the fact that with $23.20, each one is under $12. And so you don't have to give them as a duo gift. You can give them two separate. So this is one of those where I get a bunch of these little kits and just cross so many people off my list for holiday shopping. It's one of those you can just kind of keep it in the gift closet, and it's just a no-brainer for anyone who does their nails, really. So you are going to just kill it on Grommet through the holidays. You really are. I have no doubt.
Oh, good.
Great to watch.
That's
and I'll be one of the people buying.
I didn't think about that. Thank you.
Oh gosh, so many reasons. Yeah, to gift for sure. Sherry saying congratulations to you. Seriously. So you guys, with that, everybody, please thank Jacqueline for being here inside the chat and for coming up with such a phenomenal invention. And Jacqueline has so graciously agreed to do our giveaway tonight. So she is giving away a duo of the Edge Perfection. So I am hoping that this goes to somebody inside the chat, and I'm about to find out in just a minute. Okay. Okay. Oh, this person is in the chat. And I know this person. Actually, I've never met this person in real life, but I certainly feel like I have. Gosh, it's so strange to think that I haven't. This person, the winner of today's giveaway of Edge Perfection Duo, is Cindy Nadeau. Am I pronouncing that right? I don't even know if I do. I've never said your last name before. But Cindy, congratulations. You are the big winner of Edge Perfection. Woo woo! You are going to love this. She is a fellow female inventor also, so she will be no doubt so excited to try this out.
Awesome. Awesome.
So Cindy, of course, and I know you're so amazing with things like this, but definitely after you try it out, after you play around with it, she's got a daughter too, so I'm sure they'll have some fun with it together. you got to post about it. Show us your before and afters. Tell us what you think, and make sure to definitely tag Jacqueline, but tag me, tag Greg, tag Grommet, so we can spread the word about Edge Perfection, because it is a great, great item. And everyone's saying, woohoo, congrats, yay for Cindy. So congratulations, Cindy. And Jacqueline, thank you again so much for being here. It was really, really fun. And I can't
Thank
wait
you.
to
Thank
play.
you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, so excited. It was really, really fun. And congratulations on your big win, too. Product of the week
Thank
win is
you.
a big deal. So congratulations on that.
Thank
And
you.
everybody, thank you guys so much for being here and for staying with us. This was a longer show. When we have guests on, it goes a little longer, but in such a good way, such a fun way. So thank you for that. And I will look forward to seeing everybody same time, same place next week, Thursday, 4 o'clock on the West Coast, 7 o'clock on the East Coast, for another episode of Grommet Live. Bye bye.